We have a big breaking news coming out. More than 300 undocumented immigrants arrested, all right? And 10 illegal migrant children were found at California pot farm, all right? So they were working. It's like slavery stuff going on. So the youngest one was 14 years old, and they were out there working at California farm, all right? So today, again, there's a lot of breaking news updates. These are the updates, and it's coming out right now. Do me a favor, before I start, please pray for these children. Please pray for these children. Many of them were snatched away from their, again, loved ones, and they're out there working. Crazy work. I mean, in the sun. And again, you have all these weed out there. I mean, it's a farm, a cannabis farm and stuff. And you had ICE the other day. They raid that area, all right? And they found children working there. That's crazy. And at the same time, there was all these people came out of nowhere and started throwing bricks and rocks at the ICE officials. The US president just gave the okay green light yesterday to arrest those who throw objects. Okay, so guys, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that notification bell, and this is your first time, make sure you subscribe. All right, so news is coming out. This is a breaking news. ICE federal agents have just announced the arrest of 319 undocumented immigrants at 2 cannabis farms in California on Thursday, making the largest worksite immigration raid under the current Trump administration. The biggest. More than 300 were arrested, and they were working out there at the farm. Who owns this farm? And why would you allow these people to work out there, including children? You're gonna let children work out there too? The person that owns the farm should be thrown in jail too. Should be thrown in jail. This is the reason why you got the Democrats out there. They are going really nuts. They don't want Trump to send ICE because there's a lot of fishy stuff going on there. There's a lot of crazy stuff. Guys, you know, I mean, anybody will be upset knowing that there's children out there working at a farm. This is not the 1700s. This isn't no slavery stuff. Who does that? And by the way, these kids, where's their parents? They say the parents is nowhere to be found. All right, so 10 illegal migrant kids found at raided California pot farm. So you have 10, most of them unaccompanied, were found at a California marijuana farm during a tense immigration raid on Thursday, now prompting federal officials to launch an investigation into possible child labor violation. Sick. Absolutely sick. The youngest one, just 14 years old, were discovered by federal agents at Glass House Farms in Southern California during a chaotic operation in which one protester appeared to fire a gun at authorities. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Rodney Scott said on X Thursday. This is just sad. It is. It's just completely sad. Who does this? This is Newsom, California. This is Gavin Newsom, California, Scott said in a response to California Governor Gavin Newsom, who shared a video of the raid Look at this here. Look at this picture. See that? I don't know if you guys can see. I truly apologize about the reflection. But you see those two young ones, and then you got ice there. You see that? That is that's sad. The Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia revealed Friday the feds rescued 8 of the minors who crossed the border unaccompanied. These young ones will be taken care of. No more out there being in the farm with all that weed, pot, marijuana stuff. Scott announced that the child labor probe into the farm in his Thursday night social media post. Now, the farm's president, Graham, is a regular donor to Democratic politicians, according to Federal Election Commission. Now, once again, you have Graham has donated to the Senate, donated to Santa Barbara County Democratic Central Committee's Federal Political Action Committee and Representative Salud Capajal, Democrat of California, on multiple occasions, according to the records. He also donated $10,000 to Gavin Newsom in 2018, according to California records. People should be thrown in jail. I mean, you don't do this. You absolutely don't do this. Again, whoever owns that farm, you should be ashamed. Glass House Brands defended their employment practices and denied hiring kids in a statement posted Friday on X. Yesterday, Glass House Brands received immigration and naturalization warrants. As per the law, we verified that the warrants were valid and we complied. Workers were detained and we are assisting to provide them legal representation, the company wrote. So this is all going to go to court. This is all court stuff. All right. So, but when you have a whole bunch of illegal and a lot of them are in handcuffs, it's going to be hard for them to win this case. It's absolutely going to be hard to win this case. I mean, it's crazy. This is where we are right now. So they're fighting to protect illegals. I mean, what about the Americans? What about us? What about us? You know, and you got the mayor of Los Angeles has signed a bill to give cash assistance to illegal. What about the Californians and those in San Francisco sleeping in tents? What about them? They need to be in a hotel, not out there in the streets, especially this hot summer. You should give the cash to them. They are the American citizen. They pay tax. The Glass House has never knowingly violated applicable hiring practices and has never employed minors. All right, so again, that's what they said. So all this had to go to court. So we do not expect this to affect operation moving forward. We will provide additional details when applicable. Once again, FARWA reacted to the raid. Our team has been continually on site and we are focused on taking care of our people and our plants. Protect our people and our plants. So you're going to protect illegal, and then you're going to protect another thing that is illegal, but what in my eyes, they are illegal. They both illegal. Marijuana and those that came into this land illegal. So it says here, no, there are lots. Let me say that one more time. I truly apologize. I do stutter. Know that there are lots of questions. We have lots of them too. As we get more information, we will update, the farmer posted to X. So when immigration and border agents descended on the cannabis farm, the marijuana or the pot farm, they were met by dozens of rioters who tried to block a road between fields. The screaming mob eventually scattered when the agents deployed an unknown substance to control the crowd. Several protesters appeared to hurl rocks at the officer. A masked man also was seen allegedly firing a few shots as he and other protesters scampered away. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the alleged shooter arrest. The Feds set up a blockade with military-style vehicle as they clashed with protesters for 4 hours. About 200 immigrants were arrested in a raid under the suspicion of being in the U.S. illegally, authorities said Friday. One farm worker had passed away from injuries he sustained during the raid, and several others were critically injured, according to the United States Farm Workers Union. By the way, that was not ICE, that was the protester that did that. A source noted that the ICE building smelled like weed heavily as the individuals were taken in for processing. The Glass House Farm said on social media that it fully complied. You better comply. You better comply. You're in trouble now with agents. We comply with the agents. You better comply. Man, you got no choice. With agents, search warrants presented by Immigration and Customs Enforcement official Thursday. The farm has a permit to grow pot. How? Man, how? I remember back in 2002, this was way before my BC time. I remember in 2002 when Lewis was like 18 years old and he was not living the good life. I was hanging out with a bunch of bad people. I bought weed. I bought a bag. And back then it was $5. I bought one. I rolled it up and I smoked it in the public. And I got arrested. There was undercover narcs. I got arrested. And of course, they took a mug shot and I got a $1,300 fine and 2 years probation. That was back in 2002. But now in 2025, you can have your own farm and grow a whole bunch of pot. That's California for you, man. So the farm has a permit to grow pot in Ventura County, and as of last year, used half of the space for pot, while half was dedicated to tomatoes and cucumbers. The Biden administration has lost track of roughly 320,000 unaccompanied migrant kids, many of whom are believed to be at risk of trafficking, forced labor, and other forms of exploitation, according to a Gov watchdog. Man, that's where we are right now. Give me a second here, guys. That's where we are right now. That is where we are right now. So today, July, what is it? The 12th? July 12th, more than 300 arrested from the farm raid. 300. So 300 illegal working there, including young ones. Wow. That's supposed to be an American job. But again, that's happening there. That's happening all over, by the way. It's happening all over. And these people that hire them, you should go to jail. You should lose your license, your business license. You should lose your company, and that's it. That's what you get. Unbelievable. Well, we didn't know that there were young. You knew there were young ones there. You knew there were young ones working there. You run the farm. You walk, you see the workers, you talk to Alejandro, Jesus, Roberto. I mean, man, you talk to all of them. You see them. You see the young ones. Don't act like, oh, I didn't know there was a young one there. Well, there was not one, there was multiple. Well, I don't know. And they told me that everything, papers is, they got busted. And, yeah. So I give thanks to the president for that. Multiple children has been saved. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave comments down below. And Gavin is going nuts right now. Yeah, Gavin, you've been doing some shady stuff out there in California. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please pray for the children. Please pray for everyone. And justice should be served. Justice should be served. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.